Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's team call. I can't believe it. I was just looking at the date and it is July 19th. So we're not only getting closer to the end of the month, but we're getting closer to Summit and we are getting closer to Super Saturday. So before we get to the guest speaker, I wanted to just make a few announcements that we're in the final stages of our rank advancement training group for the second quarter. I'm going to be doing another one in the third quarter after Summit so that we can really amp up our team and get everybody to reach their goals because we have half a year left and we've done some amazing things as a team and I've seen a lot of great comebacks, including myself, in the first half of the year. So I know that we keep the momentum going, that the second half of the year is going to be amazing. I'm super excited about Summit. I know many of you are attending Summit for the very first time, so it can be kind of scary. So the best piece of advice I have for you is know that you're not alone. All of us have attended our first Summit the very first time, and it was nerve-wracking to know what to bring, what to do. What you want to do most of all is have the app installed on your phone and have at least one person you kind of designate as your buddy at Summit so that you can stay with them, especially since Nashville is so much different than it used to be for us. We're all over the place. I don't know where Summit's going to be in 2017, but typically on Friday night at Summit, they announce where the next Summit's going to be held. And that is your chance right then. They usually release a promo price. And so that is your time to get on the stick. So, you have about 2 weeks now to save some money. It's usually anywhere from, it's been $99 to $150. This investment, if you are not able to get there this year, it is worth it next year. Focus on, put it on a credit card if you have to, and then just work your tail off to get that paid back, and it gives you a whole year to save for this event. It is something that is a game changer, and it is a huge investment, and it is a good investment in yourself. With that being said, also, as soon as we get back from Summit, the following Saturday, or depending on what area you are in, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, they have it. It's a Super Saturday. These two are very key elements to the success of your business, not only for you to be part of the community, meet local coaches, but also to really show the world that you are serious. And this is an event that happens 4 times a year. And whether you went to Summit or not, it's something that you should go to. And if you did not go to Summit, I highly encourage you even more to make sure that you get to a Super Saturday. You already have a common bond with the people in the room, so they're not really strangers. You have a lot in common with them, and then that's a great way for you to break the ice and get used to reaching out to new people. And it would be great, especially if you're spread out from where your coach is or a lot of your team is, to find local coaches, run a fit club. You might find your success partner. I know Melissa Bardo has her success partner that's in the same area as her, and it's been very helpful because we're all so far apart. Also, last but not least, the cup. We are 2 days into being able to register. The registration will be until the 31st. I have a document in Team Relentless where I'm asking you, please, if you have a team already formed, add your name to it, because I'm trying to keep a track of how many in our team are participating. My coach Becky is asking for the same thing, and corporate asks a lot of times, so I'd like to know who it is. So whether you've got your own team page going, if you could, please put that in there so I know what team you have. And if you have anybody who's looking for a team, have them put their name in there. That way we can match somebody up, so that way nobody gets left behind. The cup is a game changer as well for coaches, whether you're new or seasoned or getting back on track. This is a perfect, ideal way for you to work and collaborate with other coaches, learn best practices, have accountability, and just have fun. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Robin. She and I grew up together in the lovely little sleepy, gossipy town of Fort Bragg. And we had a lot of fun together. And then we just kind of like Melissa Bartow and I, we kind of lost touch. And then thank God for social media, we found one another back. And Robin was one of my very first customers. Life kind of got in the way, and then she surprised me 2 years later when I was at Summit of 2014, and she just told me she signed up as a coach with PIO because she had been watching my PIO journey when I was in the test group. Never once did the girl ever like a post, comment on anything, ask me it. But she is independent and she just signed up as a coach. That happened again, and she took a step back, and then we have, made the decision after talking and getting back in touch and really working together that this is her comeback. And she saw me make a great comeback, and if I could do it with all my crap, Lord knows everybody else could. So we worked together. She's had some major crazy things happen too, just in the last couple weeks, and she made the decision to go all in. And so I asked her to share her story because she's such a great speaker. She really has passion, and she's been a leader from day one. And I don't think she's ever really recognized that, but I have. And I'm just so happy to have childhood friends on my team and on this journey with me. And I'm so excited to get to see her at Summit whenever she's flying in from Utah to come to her first Summit. So Robin, you have the floor.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm really honored to get to speak tonight because, as Mindy mentioned, I'm kind of in making a comeback. And at first, when she asked me if I would speak, I thought, well, I don't really have anything that will inspire anybody. But then the more I thought about of course I said yes immediately, because anything Mindy wants, I'm going to do, because she is my inspiration and my role model. And I'm like, if she thinks I should do it, then I'm doing it. And my first tip is adopt that kind of attitude. Look at your rock star coach and then say, okay, if she thinks I should do it, I'm doing it because that's what's going to take me there. So I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about choices, because choices are things that we do in life without even thinking about it most of the time. And as Mindy said, I was one of her first customers. I bought Shakeology from her because I had gained weight and couldn't get rid of it. And I thought, okay, well, I'm so out of shape, I can't work out, but I could drink this drink. And I remember telling you, Mindy, right in the beginning, I had a dream about you, that I came to visit you and you were inspiring me. And I was like, you're even inspiring me in my dreams. And that still holds true today. It's she's one to watch. So I tried Shakeology, and I gave myself every excuse of why it couldn't work. And that was a choice I made without even realizing it. I had talked myself out of it, subconsciously. So then I just kept watching Mindy, and she said, I started, naughty dog, started doing PIO, and I thought, okay, this is something this out of shape girl could actually do, because I can't run, I can't jump, I can't do any of those things that most of the programs like P90X, which terrified me, require of you. So like she said, I didn't talk to her about it, didn't ask her any questions, just saw the link and was like, that's it, I'm so desperate, I'm doing this. So I had a lot of success, and I absolutely loved that program. It totally got me excited about fitness and health, and it made me feel like I could actually accomplish something. So I think it's a really great gateway program. And I just started telling people online, this is what I'm doing. I didn't say it as a coach. I only signed up as a coach to get the discount. I didn't want to tell anybody. So naughty, get down. I didn't want to tell anybody that I was coaching, because I thought, here's this overweight girl who doesn't do anything positive in her life, and who's going to believe that she could help them at all. So, but I did start taking my pictures because of our Hunter Peacock, you need to stop. I started sharing my pictures in our accountability group, our challenge group, and then I got a little more encouragement and a little more empowered from that, because those challenge groups are awesome. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to share this publicly, because that's even more accountability for me, because people are going to see what I'm doing. Maybe they don't care. I have no idea. But what surprised me is that little choice to decide to share outside of that group sparked this whole following of people that I never knew even looked at anything I posted on Facebook. And I ended up getting Success Starter my first 3 months. I don't know how it happened, but I got Success Club first 3 months, and I won a ticket to Summit 2015. I was so excited about it, and I tried really hard for the rest of the year to keep going with the business, and I ended up talking myself out of it yet again. And I believe that was because I made a choice not to do my personal development every day, not to pay attention to what I was doing inside of myself, just to look for quick results physically and not think about the emotional results. I did my personal development every other day, every few days, something like that. Or I would get on a tear and really like one book, and then not read anything for a while. And it really, after those first 3 months when I was doing personal development, which is probably why I rocked those 3 months, then I just kind of fell apart, and I kept going, I don't know why this isn't working for me. I feel like I'm eating right. I feel like I'm doing the exercises. I don't know what's wrong. And then I got really discouraged and made another choice that I wasn't going to try anymore because I wasn't being successful, because I wasn't looking at the long game. And I wasn't planting the seeds anymore. And I wasn't planting them for other people, and I wasn't planting them for myself. And I think the only way you can make seeds for other people grow is for you to make your seeds grow. And if you don't water your own garden, nobody's going to look at it. They're not going to say, oh, you should water my garden too, because I think yours looks like crap, but you probably do a good job with mine. That's never going to happen. So I made a choice to just stop because I was discouraged and I wasn't doing the things I needed to do. Other than I was, drinking Shakeology, I was doing my workouts, I was eating right, but I wasn't taking care of me. So then I had an opportunity to go, I have a day job, and I had an opportunity to go with my boss to start a new firm with him. And I thought, okay, I'm not being successful with coaching. I'm going to go take this job and I'm going to give it 110%, put my heart and soul into it. And that was a choice that was hard for me because I was at a stable job at a firm that had been well established. And I took a chance and a choice to go do this with him. And like I said, I poured everything into it, and I just did everything I could to help make his dream be successful. And in the back of my mind, all through 2015, I just kept thinking, okay, I'm working on his dream. What about my dream? And I remember telling you, Mindy, in 2014 that this is the first time I've had goals in my life, and then I had just dropped them. But then as I was watching all of the work we were putting into his dream, I kept thinking about, wait, I have those goals too. And I had let myself fall off the wagon completely with my health and fitness during 2015. I ended up gaining 20 more pounds than where I had started in 2014. And I just felt like such a loser, and I was never going to be successful, and nobody was ever going to be interested in what I was saying, Hunter. So I remember making, in 2016, in the beginning of the year, I made another choice that was probably one of the worst choices I've ever made. And I texted Mindy something that was the hardest text I've ever had to send. And I told her I was going to try a competitor's product. Part of me says that I did that to support a friend who was also trying it. But the other part of me was just desperate because here I was, even more overweight, more unhappy, more unfulfilled, and just looking for some quick solution. And that's what this product promised, a quick solution. So I tried it, and it was, okay, but it was a lot of things to do. It was a lot of, you got him? Okay. It was a lot to keep in mind, and there was no support network in place. Nobody ever reached out to me to say, hey, this is how you're doing. What are your goals? How can I help you? How can I support you? It was just me on my own, trying to keep up with this huge regimen that was utterly ridiculous now that I look back at it. But that was a choice that I had made out of a lack of self-confidence and a lack of determination and a lack of inspiration, because I had taken myself away from this community. And when I say this community, I mean the coaches, I mean our challengers, I mean everybody that's involved, because we all are working towards the same goal of a fulfilled, happy, healthy life. And when I took myself away from that, I just plummeted even more because I was embarrassed to my community, so I hid from them. And then I tried to find a new community that didn't exist. So I pretty quickly gave that up and came running back to Mindy, running back to Shakeology, running back to Beachbody, and started thinking, you know what, this is it. This is my time. So I started doing 21 Day Fix Extreme. I started drinking my Shakeology every day again, doing my meal plan, and everything started to happen. All of a sudden, I was just starting to fill myself up with small successes because I had changed my idea of what goals should be. And that was another choice I made, was to decide, you know what, I'm not going to be a failure. I'm not going to be a loser. I'm just going to go for it because I have no other choice than to succeed. And I thought about that for my health. So I remembered a book that I had read that just really fired me up. And I'm sure you've all read it. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I've read a whole bunch of other books, including Compound Effect, which you're all 3 degrees to Darren Hardy because my husband grew up with him. So there you go. But I read You Are a Badass again, and I listened to it at work, and I listened to it in my car, and I read it at night, and I highlighted stuff, and I just read it 2 or 3 times earlier this year, and I just thought, you know what, I am a badass, and I'm going to make this happen. And so then I decided I'm going to start coaching again. I'm going to quietly creep out there, and I'm going to go out to a cold market, and I'm not going to try to go to my friends and family again. And I said, Mindy, please help me. And she was like, baby steps. Let's take this easy. So, meanwhile, 2015, the year we all fell apart, guess who did not go to Summit, even though she won her ticket with Success Starters? That was me. That was another choice I made that was absolutely terrible. So I thought about that for the rest of the year, that I had thrown away this amazing gift, and I was never going to do that again. I didn't have a chance to earn Success Starters again, but I decided I was never going to miss Summit again. So I start coaching again. I start getting a little bit of success. I start reading my personal development, and I start meditating every day and doing affirmations and eating well and working out and doing things that were filling me up. And all of a sudden, my whole world opened up, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give myself that 2-year timeline that Mindy had. I'm going to become successful, and I'm going to fire my boss and become my own independent person, because that is the thing that is going to make me happy in this life. And so I had my timeline in place. I talked about it with my husband. We were ready to go. This is what I'm doing. Started being, just feeling really confident about everything, because I was making choices to make myself be successful. I was choosing to get up early in the morning and make sure I got my workout in. I was choosing to get up early and do my reading in the morning. I was choosing to fill my mind with audiobooks that were positive all day long while I was at work. And lo and behold, what happened is I went on vacation about the 4th of July weekend, came back to work, and my boss told me that he had decided to restructure my position. I no longer had a job, and he gave me a separation agreement. So this was a big shock, and I was really upset about it that night, and I cried a little bit, and I took a nap, and then I thought, all right, I got to talk to Mindy. We are going to push forward, and it's not my timeline, but I'm going to make this happen. And it was all a matter of choice. I could have just stayed in that sad situation and felt defeated by life. But instead, I thought about, okay, I have so many opportunities ahead of me, and I have such an inspirational and supportive group of people that if I just reach out to them, they're all going to be there. And that's exactly what everybody has done. And I just really want to encourage everyone that's listening to this call that we are here. Everyone is ready to help you, to support you, to inspire you, to lift you up, to motivate you. And all you have to do is just raise your hand a tiny little bit, and we're all going to come running, because we're all in this together. And that is something that I haven't experienced in any other thing I've ever participated in or ever been a part of. And I just feel like the choices that we make, whether we realize they're positive or negative at the time, we can reflect on them and learn from them and decide in the future that we're going to do something better and different. So I would really invite you all to really, really, really dig into your personal development, whatever form that takes for you. Something super positive and encouraging and motivating every single day to help you visualize and recognize the power that you have, that you can do whatever it is you want to do. And so I decided this year I'm going to Summit. And about, 2 weeks ago, I got my ticket. I don't know how I was going to pay for it. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't know where I was going to stay. But because I decided that day, I'm going to Summit this year and nothing is going to stop me. Within 2 hours, I had my plane ticket. I had a place to stay. I had a buddy to go with. Everything was set. And it's really, I think, a mindset that we can get into when we work on ourselves and we fill ourselves up, and then it's just going to show and shine to everybody. So I just really hope everyone makes really positive choices And if you want any inspiration or motivation, please reach out to me. I have been through up and down, all kinds of stuff. So I would really, really love to talk to anybody that is maybe too shy to talk on the call or wants to have a private conversation. Please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. I think that's all I have.
That's great. So, what I want to share with you is that whenever Robin, every decision she made, she came to me. And there was things I thought, man, it's not really falling in line with your goals. It's not really, I don't think it's going to work for you. But I am a firm believer that, to support your friends, to, not burn any bridges. And so I was very supportive, and she's thanked me for that. And I just want to highlight that because of the fact that this is going to happen to a lot of you. It's happened to me, outside of Robin. And you really want to be inviting so that they can come back, because I can't tell you how many coaches and even top coaches that I know have literally quit the business and then come back. Danielle Natoni, she's one of my friends and my mentors. She literally took forever to sign up, signed up, quit that same night, and then came back. And again, it came down to what Robin said. It's choices. It's the choices we make. It's every little choice, whether you think it's significant or not. It is that, I've learned this through my adoption story, is that one slight change in my story could have really literally altered my future. And so these small choices that you make are your choices. Nobody makes you do it. Nobody, somebody may influence it, but you make the choice. And I think the best thing about coaching is that as we've learned to think outside of right now, things that are distractions, things that are temptations, and we're focusing on what lies ahead. And, when Robin, let me know that she lost her job, it was one of those things that was like, I realized that her automatic response was to definitely get, oh, hold on, I gotta mute somebody. Her definite, response was normal, emotional, angry, sad, what the fuck, anybody's gonna have that. But because she was doing personal development, she could work through those emotions, have them, which are normal, and then be like, okay, let's come up with a game plan. And literally this happened like less than a week since she had made the investment to go to Summit. And so easily somebody in that same shoes, not doing personal development, not looking at the future, not having goals, and really being, concrete, or tied to their why, would easily be in, frantic, panic mode, trying to cancel all of that. But instead she said, this is exactly where I need to be. And, I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but I'm going to be there. And so she made the decision to do this. And so, I don't even remember what the saying is, but, something along the lines of like, don't change your goal because of circumstances. So she, had her goal and didn't change it. She just is going to change, maybe the pace she's working at or whatnot, but she's going there. And the thing is, we've maintained communication through everything. Literally, as soon as she, had this happen, she was like, we need a game plan. We ended up having like a 3-hour cry session. It was more of a personal thing too as well. But we immediately got in touch, on a deeper level, and came up with a plan. And I've seen her not wane in her, in her dedication or commitment. The next day she was back doing what she was doing her workouts at her local gym at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Her routine didn't change.
5 a.m.
It was early. I think I just woke up at 7 and thought it was 7. But, those were,
it's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice. And so many people think that if you don't hit success right away, then you failed and you're always going to fail. Failure is when you stop. Failure is not about taking breaks. Failure is not about taking a step back or making mistakes, because God knows I've made a lot of mistakes when it comes to working this business, being a leader, being a coach. And honestly, every time I've fallen on my face, and Jesus Christ, 2015 was not only falling on my face, but like skidding across on my face, I learned and I became back better, because I looked at it as not a dooming, like doomsday, but like, okay, this happened, so how can I recover? And it's actually made me a better person and shown other people that it's okay to fail forward. And I've watched Robin do it, and I just, I asked her to speak on the call because I know there's coaches out there who are struggling. I know there's coaches out there who have contemplated quitting. I know there's coaches out there who have went gung-ho in the beginning and then kind of got overwhelmed and then thought, oh, how can I make a comeback? Most of the time it's because they're comparing where they're at in the business to other people, and you really don't know what people are what they're going through, what's going on. And so that's why you need to have an open communication with your personally sponsored coaches. That's why you need to have patience. That's why you need to be loving and accepting, because I truly believe in this business, you have to establish a friendship that is going to lead to being like a family. And you also have to be a friend before a coach. A friend before a coach. When I've tried to push my goals upon somebody else or focus on business first, things got fucked up, and people didn't seem like they felt like they didn't matter. So really,
and I will say, Mindy, is I came to you not just because you were my coach or my personally sponsoring coach. I came to you because of our solid friendship. And I was like, I know you can help me, but I know that the reason you're going to help me is because you have my best interest at heart. And that's how we need to be with all of our coaches. We need to have their best interests, even our challengers, even people that don't do anything with us, have their best interest at heart, because that's what you want other people to have for you. And I also want to tell you that when I talked to Mindy, I told her, this is the only option. Success is my only option. I don't have any other choices in life because I have tried them all, and this is it. I'm going to be successful. And it just is a choice that you make. It might not happen overnight. It might not happen in 3 months, but it will happen if you stay consistent. And being consistent with all the things that Mindy has mentored me with is what has pushed me to where I am now.
So that's all.
I love Mindy.
And I think that we were friends growing up, but because we built that solid friendship again when she came on, and even though she took a step back, we still had that solid friendship where she could, and that's what I'm thankful for, is because I've been able to develop deep friendships with new people, deeper friendships with people that I went to school with, because, like Robin and I said, we've said over and over and over again, her mother died whenever we were in high school. I didn't know that, and I felt terrible. She didn't realize that I was struggling with depression and suicidal thoughts and experimenting with drugs. She didn't know. And, she's apologized before, but I think what we realize is that, we've forgiven ourselves for that, because, we're grown-ups now. We were kids. It wasn't our job to know that. And so, it's deepened our friendship, and it's just, I don't know, it's bonded us, and it's really cool, I think, for me, it's cool to see the changes, because I remember what Robin was like in high school. I remember what Melissa Barton was like in high school. And now to see it, they know what I was like. And so for people to see you that have what you went to school with, you've grown up with, that you live in the same hometown with, as to see that positive change, that's really what builds your business. I mean, you can have amazing jaw-dropping results, but I was telling a friend the other day, you could be 400 pounds and lose 200 pounds and have the most amazing results and, have your nutrition on point, post on social media all the time. But if you're not doing personal development, when you look in that mirror, you're still going to be that 400-pound person with no self-esteem. You're still not going to be able to focus on positive. And when I say focus on positive, that doesn't mean that, everything's great, but it's the opposite of the sky is falling. So the sky may seem like it's falling, but because of personal development, because of getting engaged in your team, you can find a solution to get around it. And then you can use the sky falling as a story to show other people that they can get around it and to connect with people. And really that is what is contagious. And that, I feel, is why I've been successful in this business, because it's not so much about the health. Yeah, I educate people on the health. Yeah, I inspire people and motivate it. And for some reason, people think I'm a badass when it comes to fitness. I guess because they can see me do awesome shit in 30 seconds. They still see the minute after that, but whatever. there's things like that, but really, I truly believe it's because of all of you guys, because of the personal development. Like, I'm excited about life. I can get through anything. It's not that I'm really that much stronger than anybody else. I just have the tools which make me strong. And those are the things that are more impressive when people see that, because they remember the Mindy who was a wreck. They remember the negative Mindy. They remember, parts about me that have changed. And most people you ask nowadays, they don't think you can change. I hear it all the time. People never change. Well, if you hang out with people like yourself and they keep saying that, you're right. But when they see people that did change, and they see people that are willing to share their journey and share how they did it, and share that there's a step-by-step you can do, and follow me and have me on alongside you, people are going to jump on board, because people wallow in misery, but really they want to be happy. They just don't know how to find happiness. And
they're craving it.
Yeah.
They're craving what we have. And people are going to be drawn to you just by the fact that you are happy with yourself. And it all comes down to the personal development.
Yeah, and because if you're not doing personal development, you're not going to talk about, you're not going to feel confident to share your journey. You're going to, if you're not doing personal development the first time, even if you have the balls to share your journey and some asshole says something rude, then you're not going to post ever again. And so that's where, like, literally personal development is everything. And then also personal development gives you something to talk about, because like we say all the time, if you follow me, like, stop posting pictures of you kissing your Shakeology cup. Stop posting the same picture of you working out in the same background, especially if you're doing 21-day fix. Like, you can only post so many videos of you working out the same moves, so having personal development gives you something to talk about. It makes you exciting. It makes you valuable. It makes you somebody that, somebody makes your page something that somebody goes to, so because they're tired of seeing everybody's negative shit in their news feed. So I think really the biggest part of the story is getting engaged with your coach, getting engaged with your team, and personal development. Because if you're not doing those things, you're not going to work out, you're not going to stay consistent with anything, and you're just going to let any little thing get in your way. So that's it. Does anybody have any questions for Robin, or comments, or anything? Has anybody had any setbacks that they've overcome that they'd like to share? I hate to put you on the spot, I really do. But Rachel, you have been kicking ass this last week. Would you mind sharing, or do you not feel comfortable? I don't want to put you on the spot because I know people hate getting on calls, but would you mind sharing a little something?
Sure. I have been struggling a lot the last month, but I keep pushing through, and I think that it is this fit fam that we have, and the encouragement and the love for each other that really has pushed me. And every day I do something every day that is something positive. And I think that's like the biggest change for me, is that I don't let those setbacks interfere with my entire day. So sometimes I may not work out, or sometimes, my day starts out not right, but I get on social media and I get on these calls, and I do, I listen to motivational videos, or I do my personal development, and it lifts me up, and it makes my day better. And so that's what's gotten me through. And going back to personal development, I mean, that's everything. And I was really down in the dumps a couple weeks ago. And then, I think it was you, Mindy, or Michelle, or Brandon, or one of you, we were on the group message, and you guys brought up personal development, and that was it. That was the kicker. And I mean, it's so simple. It's just so simple. I mean, you think everybody makes it more complicated. Why am I down in the dumps? Why do I feel like this? Well, just take 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. It's really not that big of a deal. It's not that get up a little bit early. I have a 45-minute commute every day each way. So I just throw it on the audiobook, and there you go. And it really makes the biggest difference. So I just keep pushing on, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I've never been able to see that before. So I thank you all for that.
Thanks for sharing. Sorry for putting you on the spot.
That's okay. No, it's good. Gets me out of my comfort zone.
So, that was one thing, is like staying connected with your team. I was so self-absorbed in my own problems that I missed a lot of these things in the past. And so I just, I've taken a step back. I've really focused on my leadership. I've taken time for myself to fix myself. I go to therapy. I do my personal development regularly. I would always hop on and do stuff for everybody else before my workout. My workout comes before anybody. And, those are the things that help. And it's helped me become a better leader. And I think that's why so many people don't do personal development, because, they're so busy. They're doing this with their kid or this or that. And they don't realize that it's kind of like multitasking. You think that by doing all this stuff for your kids and your husband and your family and all this stuff makes you a better person, but really you're just doing shit half-assed because you're not really fueling your mind, empowering yourself. And so, you're letting that get in the way. But if you do take that 10 minutes a day to do personal development, to program your mind the right way. If you take that 30 minutes to do that workout, to get that stress out, to get those endorphins going, if you take that 2 minutes to blend your shake, and it literally only takes 2 minutes, so anybody who says they can't drink it just befuddles me. But if you do all of that, less than an hour for yourself, that makes you such a better spouse, employee, mentor, coach, whatever you are. And, I was able to see that, Rachel kind of got quiet. And, I noticed that because I've been more in tune with the team, and that's what I messaged her and her coach and Michelle's coach and then me, and we got in this group and we all started encouraging one another. We started talking about it. We, started sharing the things that were going on, and so that Rachel didn't feel alone, and that we all basically said the same thing, personal development. So she did exactly what we said, because we all testified that it worked. And immediately she just jumped into action. And like for the last 2 weeks, she's been fucking killing it. Look at her shirt that says killing. I don't know what the bottom says, but killing it. Hey, yeah, killing it. So, those were the things that, she's done that. And then having that accountability and that love was great. And then because of that, we formed a cup team, and, and now every day we're updating each other and we're brainstorming. And so being connected with those people, with your coaches, with your challengers, are really important to your business. So that's all I had to say. Anything else? Anybody? Go ahead.
I want to recommend one other book for you guys. If you haven't read it, it's called The Miracle Morning. And it's like, if you listen to the audiobook, it's like 4 hours. You can knock it out in one work day. It's a really small book. I would show it to you, but my puppy tore it up. So, but it's kind of amazing. And he talks about basically the lifesavers. If you go to tmmbook.com, you can get like the first 2 chapters or something, and then like the step-by-step thing he lays out in the book. You don't even have to read the whole book. You could just get this step-by-step thing. But I do think you could get a lot from it. And it's basically, he calls it the lifesavers. It's the savers are silence, so meditation, affirmations, visualization, exercise, and scribing, which is another word for journaling, right? And he basically just says, do these each for 10 minutes every morning, and it's going to change the entire outset of your day. And I really credit that to being a large part of my year of redemption that I have branded 2016. So I really highly recommend that book for you guys. And if you want the link, just let me know. I'll post it in the group.
And also, as far as personal development, what I've been suggesting to a lot of people is because I hate when people ask, well, what's the best book to read? Well, it just depends on what season you are in your life. But if you're just getting started, I always suggest to people, spend 2 weeks just YouTubing, like typing in motivational videos and watching a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minute video just to get yourself into it. Then find a book that's really easy. So like if you're a negative person or you're having the negative voices taking over, The Energy Bus is like a 2-hour book on Audible. Super good. And then I just started listening to The Hard Hat. And it's by the same author as The Energy Bus, and it's talking about teamwork. So if you have a hard time, working as a team, for me, that was hard. I never played sports. I never was in anything in school. Our family didn't operate as a team. I've always been flying solo. So that's helped me. So, find a book that's you know, you look at and the book's not this thick, or on Audible, it doesn't say 10 hours where it's overwhelming. Start small and then lead up to big stuff. So once you get your mind, you know, trained, and find something in that area that you're needing help with. So anyways, that's it.
Thank you everyone for listening to me. I know it was a little scattered, but like I said, I'm a single mom this week with this puppy and he's driving me crazy. So I hope it wasn't too
great.
distracting.
You did great.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.